Okay, so just bear with me a little while, just so I can get the live chat viewer initialized, and then we'll be ready to start. So please jump in the chat if you are here, and let me know if you can hear me okay. I have to remember how to do this. Alright. I'm going to be painting some Death Guard in this live stream. I've got 4 of them painted from my first squad of 7. So we'll be painting the other 3 and seeing how far we get with them. So, Jensen Quinn is in. Hail all. So, you just hear my dog sniffing about. I just need to get the link for this video, just to get the live chat thing working. So, let's go on there, mute that, and grab that. It's annoying that I have to actually have the video going before I can configure this chat box. I'll probably just start future videos without it and then just add it as I go along. So we should be it should connect any minute now. But hello everyone. This chat box is a good idea, but it's just a bit of a pain. It says it's connected now, so there we go. Hey. So yeah, I'm going to be painting some Death Guard. Dagobah Dave is here, says hello. Hello. Lucy T, hello. So what we're all working on this evening, I'm working on some Death Guard. My dog is peeping through the door. So there will be a painting tutorial next week of how I did this colour scheme for anyone who may be interested in the colour scheme. Called Apostles of Contagion from the Death Guard book. Obviously, regular viewers will know my camera doesn't like to focus much. Lucy T says, yay, Death Guard. Yeah, I love the Death Guard. Jensen Quinn is doing his Gene Stealers. Nice. I haven't touched any of my Tyranids for a while. Not a massive fan of my colour scheme. So yeah, my camera doesn't really focus. But this guy was the one I did the painting tutorial on, so you'll see that next week. It'd be nice if it could focus on one. Dagobah Dave is painting in Photoshop. Cool. I'd love to sort of learn Photoshop better. Lucy T says you should check out my new blog, Total Death Guard. I certainly shall. That'd be very cool. Yeah. I apologise, but this guy's not really focusing. The camera just, it annoys me. It's a good camera, but it doesn't like to focus close up. But you can see the general gist of the colour scheme. It's like this sort of pale yellowy green going into an orange. And I assume everyone can hear me okay, because I've had no comments saying otherwise. Also, for those who watched last week, I've actually finished the Bannerman. I just haven't done his shoulder pad, but I finished the rest of his banner. I'm quite happy with that. Got the old chapter symbol in there. Sounds good. Excellent. Last week went without a hitch, so touch wood. It'll happen again. The week before that was terrible. We had so many issues, but last week was really good. So these are the 3 guys I'm painting. I've got the Plasma Gunner, and I've got this guy. He uses the scythe out of the Chaos Lord on Manticore, I believe. That's just going to be an icon of Wrath. I think it's Wrath. Or, oh, I don't know. Was that the corn one? Whatever icon Nurgle will have, he has that. Henry Mendes is in. Hello, Henry. Thanks for joining. So just talking Death Guard. So Lucy's blog is warhammer40kprincess.blogspot.co.uk. Cool, I'll certainly check that out later on. I don't dare touch much on my computer while I'm doing these shows because it uses up so much RAM. Anything else will just stop it probably. I'm not going around for paints. So you'll get a little sort of indication of how I paint these before the official paint tutorial goes out next week. So it's Henry says heavy bolter for the win. Yeah, in regards to our last bat rep, yeah, that was a good game. We did make a few mistakes. It was the first game we've had Chaos versus Imperium, so I knew I'd end up forgetting Death to a False Emperor a few times. But yeah, we're getting there. Lucy says sorry for a shameless plug. No, everyone plugs their channels and stuff here. You're welcome. I like helping people out. Hello, Harry. Thanks for joining us. So a few of the regulars in. Yeah, I'm gonna crack on. I've got my wet palette right here, so it's another warm night. Brushes. I put everything away to clear the desk for this show, so now I'm looking around for everything. Normally everything's just scattered around. So I don't really want that brush. I'll take this one. So yeah, we're using wall block bronze just for the shoulder pad trim. I've already done this guy, so we'll do all the others. Benny Boy Sutton and Emerald Phantom are both in. Thanks for joining us. Are you working on anything in particular this evening, guys? Also, my email address is at the bottom of the screen. If you've got any miniatures you want to share with everyone on the show, just feel free to email them and I'll pop them up on screen. And of course, you can ask me anything in the comments, or we can just generally chat about anything. I got the latest White Dwarf today, so if there's anything you want to know about that, feel free to ask. I will do a video on it, hopefully to go out Wednesday. I could have done it today, but I think with our bat rep going out and this show going out, there'll be like 3 videos in one day. I'll try and space them out a little bit. The White Dwarf videos aren't really that popular, but they're there if people are interested. Harry says rebasing is a pain. You're still rebasing. Was it your neck? Was it? No, it wasn't neck ones, was it? It was, oh, I don't know. It was. Or was it Skaven? Yeah, because you're rebasing something for Age of Sigma, aren't you? And all Phantom's painting all his Blood Warriors, and it takes so long just to paint the red. Oh, yes. I don't know if you paint them the same way I do, but I just basically just paint them all brass or gold and then fill in the red areas. Still takes ages. So I'll try and hold it up a bit better so you can see. I hope the camera angle's okay on the main camera. Just painting around shoulder pad trim. These guys are far more interesting to paint than the Primaris Marines. So much detail on them. I'm really looking forward to getting the other guys, the Snap Fit guys as well, with old Blight Launcher. I'm just going to pick up some of the sets, I think. So an absolute bargain. For those who don't know, there's Snap Fits sets coming out with your 3 Death Guard and Plague Marines in one. You have the 3 of the new Reavers in one, and 3 Intercessors in one, and then 5 Pox Walkers in one of the others. They're all £10 each, so buying them all together would obviously be £40, or you can just buy them all in that little box set for £25, which is really cool, so I'll be picking up a few of them. Harry says, holy shit, your painting tutorial about Death Guard was good, by the way. Oh, you did see that one. I'm actually going to take it down because there was a few lighting issues in it. Yeah, did I share that on the group or something then? Because it is unlisted, but I think I might have shared it for Patreon people. But I'm going to take it down because there's some few lighting issues, and I've actually re-edited it. And I've fixed the lighting issues, so it should actually be even better. That's going to be re-uploaded tomorrow, and then it'll go on the main channel next week. But it'll be available for Patrons this week. Also, we're having giveaways for Patrons. Some of the new Reavers, the new characters for Space Marines, and for Primaris characters. We're going to be giving them away. So I'll try and push Patreon a little bit more this month. I sort of have 1 month where I'll push it, have a giveaway, and then another month where I'll just leave it. So yeah, it's a good time to get on it. Even if you just pledge $1, you'll be able to get into the giveaways for the characters, and then the Reavers will be for the $20 pledges. Well, it might be the other way around actually, because the Reavers are a lot cheaper. So, but either way, we'll work something out. So the $20 pledges will just have a bit extra, because I like to sort of offer a bit more for the higher pledge amounts. Lucy T says she's planning on doing the Pallid Hand. Now, there was another colour scheme that I was going to do a painting tutorial for, because I quite liked it. I don't know where the book is, because it might have been the Pallid Hand, I can't remember. I can't remember what I've done with the book. It's around here somewhere. But yeah, I'm glad you liked the painting tutorial, because I've sort of tried to do it in a different way. Tried to make the lighting a lot better. So why we had some lighting issues, because it didn't go quite the way I wanted. But trying to sort of film it a different way, having a nice 360 thing at the end as well. I think the Death Guard thing is up here. Oh no, I think it's a Pox Mortis I was going to do. This is great TV, just me sitting here. Grimmin Lords. They got great names. Weeping Legion. Karen Hounds. Which one's... Oh, Pallid Hand's the first one, isn't it? Yeah. That's a really nice card scheme, actually. Yeah, so we done... These are Apostles of Contagion. So there's your Pallid Hand. And there's the Apostles of Contagion. I just really like the sort of gradient into orange. That's something I want to try. And get a couple of Predators and Land Raiders to go with them. Yeah, I'm not 100% sold on the Land Raider, actually. Not after that game, that bat rep we did. It's a lot of points. I mean, it's brilliant, don't get me wrong. It is... Oh, I've done him. It's very survivable, but it's a lot of points. Emerald Phantom has tried both ways with painting the red first and then the brass, and painting the brass first and then the red. Yeah, I'm the same. I prefer painting the brass first and filling the red. I do that with a lot of stuff, actually. Not these guys, though, because their armor's quite complicated to paint, and you sort of need to do that first, especially with these ones, because these have been airbrushed. The one in the painting tutorial was done all by hand. And it's not actually too difficult to do by hand, but it's just a hell of a lot quicker with an airbrush. Doing Carrion Hounds with the Dark Imperium, guys. Cool. Yeah, I mean, there's some really nice colour schemes for the Death Guard. Mad Cow Crazy is in. Evening. Yeah, Poxwalkers are really good. If you have Typhus with them, they're a really solid choice and very survivable. Great for objectives. Not very quick, but if you can just sit him on a back objective, really good. Well, maybe not so much for Typhus there, because he's a lot of points just to be sitting at the back. Harry says the brush painted one looks better. Do you know, I actually think it does as well. I think I have a bit more control with the brush painted one on where all the gradients go, rather than just spraying it on randomly like I have done with the airbrush. And the brush painted one uses GW colours, so whereas these actually use colours from Badger Minotaur range, which are still nice colours. I love the fact that the middle tone colour on these guys is called Jaundice, because it's like yellowy. That's quite funny. Sort of works well for Nurgle. Madcow says, what do you think of the prices of them new Primaris Marines? And Adam Rogers says, hello. Well, before you jumped on, I was just mentioning them. The characters are quite pricey, I'll admit. I was just saying, we're going to have a Patreon giveaway, and I was going to give the Reavers away for the $20 pledge, guys, but I might actually have to have some characters in there for that pledge, because the Reavers are quite cheap. They're all like, all the little snap fit sets are like £10, I think. But then you can buy that box set for like 25 quid or whatever. And you get like all 4 of the new snap fit sets in there. So I think it's really good value. Crazy that you get all that from just a little bit more than one of the characters. Ordered some Mr. Surfacer 500, 1000 and 1200. I have no idea what that is. But now I'm intrigued. So I may actually just stick with Phasmagoy just to the back for a bit and just concentrate on these two, otherwise I'll be painting all this trim for most of the show and I'll start. I'll get into some more of the more interesting details. This sort of brassy trim is really annoying around some areas. Underdog Painter is here. Hello, how are you this evening? So Madcoat has basically liquid green stuff with different grit, like sandpaper, but as liquid green stuff. Okay, that's very interesting. What are you going to use that for? Okay. And I assume it's probably better. Oh, I'm not really a massive fan of the liquid green stuff. And if it's not better, I assume it's a lot cheaper. So yeah, the trim. Oh, €3.50 a pot. So that's not too bad. I guess the pots are similar size. Yeah, this brass trim around the legs is really thin, so it can be a bit of a pain to paint well. Especially with some of my brushes lately, they really don't want to keep their tips. He's getting there. Yeah, I never even thought about looking at different brands for like liquid green stuff and such. But then I just don't really use it a lot. But it's nice that there's all these alternatives on the market these days. So I've actually already painted the silver areas on this guy as well. I use black metal from Scale 75 because I love their metal ranges. It's essentially lead belcher, and I'll be using some of that. There's already some on the wet palette, which I'll use on the other guy. Funny story about that actually. Because it's a dropper bottle, the paint wasn't really coming out of it, so I was shaking it and then trying to get out, and all of a sudden just a big blob of paint shot out onto my regular palette. So I scooped it all up and put it on my wet palette, and that was a few days ago and it's still wet. I love a wet palette. So anything happens like that is a good way to sort of not waste paint. So we're almost done with the wart block. That's supplied in a 40mm jar, so yeah, that's a lot bigger, because what are these, like 12mm? That sounds quite cool. I may have to pick some up if I should ever need it. Model display products. So cool, I haven't been on that site, I'll have to have a look. I'm just doing the skull on his knee pad in this colour as well. All the bolt guns are in this colour. Just need to neaten up around the edges. Yeah, I think you can sort of post links without the www dot. It looks very funky on the chat on the screen. Because I'm still not entirely happy with how it looks. I'll have to play around with that. I was thinking you can like hide user icons, so I don't know if that makes it look any better. That's a little bit better. I'm going to keep it like that. So just trying to get in a very hard to reach area down here. You can't write HTTP, okay. So we've got another skull just on the back. I mean, the detail on these is just so good. I'd have liked if they had done a little bit more detail on the Primaris Marines, but obviously Space Marine Space Marine armour is just quite flat. Harry says, how difficult is it to handle YouTube? Because I was thinking to make one like the Showcase and Miniatures group I made. Are you just talking like as a channel in general, or live shows? Cost £5.50. The seller I found was in Turkey or something on eBay. Okay. It's still not a bad price compared to liquid green stuff though. Seems it's flammable or something, as most stores won't even ship it. Guess they don't know or care in Turkey. Yeah, they probably don't care as much in Turkey. So I'm going to switch brush, I think. These little bits on top of a backpack are a bit fiddly. Where's my nice little brush? Where are you going? There you are. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, if you have other people submitting videos, that could be a bit troublesome. Because if other people are submitting videos, they've got to then send them to you, which is a bit of a pain. And yeah, you got no control over the video quality, so there'll be no sort of consistency. If you did your own channel, just filming your own stuff, I highly recommend it. It's good fun. It is time consuming. And we were filming for about 4 hours. Well, not quite 4 hours. We can't count the time we were eating at McDonald's beforehand, but about 3.5 hours I think that game took to film. Doesn't sound a lot actually, but that's most of our Sunday afternoon. Yeah, I'm working during the week, so we sometimes film Tuesday evenings as well. So I think that's virtually it for the trim. This tiny bit here. Now I apologise again if I don't really show it too well on camera. But yeah, painting tutorial for these guys will be up next week, and I'm hoping just to film another one this week, whether it'll be another Death Guard card scheme or what, I don't know. I'm always hoping for requests for painting tutorials as well. Helsingover says hello. Thanks for all the amazingness. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the channel. Harry says, sounds like a plan, but fun to do though. Yeah, it's worth trying. I mean, you got nothing to lose, have you? It's 360p the max res you can stream in. I don't know. The camera can certainly do a lot better than that, but I don't know. I don't know if this is just what it recommends streaming in. I don't know. It works. That's all I care about. Did you say the Death Guard painting video was taken down because you can still find it in the hobby playlist? No, it hasn't taken down. It should be unlisted, but if it's in there, it's in there. I know Twitter likes to sometimes just link to videos when they're added to a playlist, even though they're unlisted. It is going to be taken down because I've re-edited it. I can't say that word very well. So the lighting's a bit better. So that'll be re-uploaded, and hopefully that will just be available for patrons until next week. That's the idea. Lucy T says doing bases is a pain. Yeah, I've just done very simple bases on these. I'm actually following Master Duncan's little like toxic bases. So I just like Sterling, Battenmeyer, and there's little bits of Nurgle's Rot on there. I'll add a little bit of static grass to them as well, I think. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of doing bases. A lot of the times I'll do very simple like this. Just have the bases dry brushed. Of course the camera doesn't want to focus on it too well, but not so much on like hero miniatures. I think a bit more overboard. So we have some black metal still wet on the wet palette after all these days. So let's jump back to this guy. I don't really know what colour I'm going to do all this icon either. This brush is awful. I'm using that. Yeah, that was really fast actually. Waiting for the Style and Battlemire to dry is the longest part of doing them. But yeah, very easy. Stick on a little texture paint, give them dry brush and just whack in some Nurgle's Rot. That looks alright. We'll have metal in the middle here. Maybe go back to the wall block bronze for that bit there. And we'll paint this up whole thing metal, yeah. That's fine. We'll do it metal for now. We can always change it. I really like this big scythe thing. It works well as an icon for Death Guard. I'm a massive fan of it. Got some runes in there as well. Lucy T says doing basic bases, a Grill and Earth, then Dry Brush Terminat Stone, and doing all sides Steel Legion Drab. Doing all 20 bases for Poxwalkers. Cool. That look nice though. I haven't even started with the Poxwalkers. I'm very much looking forward to painting them guys. Very much so. And I'm also going to cut some of them up. Do some conversions and such. So I've got 40 to play around with, so. And I'll get some of the snap fit ones to add to them as well. Harry says the only thing that I hate is that he had magnetised each and every one with magnet stripes. Has to redo that. Oh, so you got like the magnets under the bases, so they can just sit on like a metal tray. That's pretty cool. Luckily, I don't really take my miniatures about everywhere, so I don't worry too much about that stuff. Although I do want to start getting some foam and putting a load of them in carry cases because it just takes up less space. Lucy says she started first. She's done 10. The next 10 is going to cut up and mix with snap fit and do 5 with snap fit as they come. Yeah, that's pretty much my plan as well, except I'm going to do 20 just how they come and then cut up the next 20. Thought I was going to sneeze then. Luckily I didn't. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the snap fit stuff. Be out very soon. Even though I really, really want the multi-part plastics for all these. And Death Guard Terminators. Looking forward to them. Probably going to see them in August. Maxi says that a wet palette using back there. Yep. And there's a video on the channel of how I make it, but yeah, it's looking a bit messy. Some of these colours go way back. Sort of the yellow and orange on there is from when I did the Captain's Power Sword. And I did that over a week ago, because that's before last week's show. And I think I can get it on camera. I think this yellow is like still wet. Yeah. As is the orange, I should imagine. A little bit, yeah. Gotta love them, haven't you? Lucy says, where did you find out about Death Guard Terminators? I think in one of GW's teaser videos. You actually saw some. Going back a little bit now, they teased the Death Guard stuff quite a while ago. But yeah, it looks like there'll be Death Guard Terminators, and hopefully a multi-part plastic set for these. There's also going to be Mortarion, and possibly even a new Typhus miniature. Yeah, definitely make one, Maxi, because this one costs next to nothing. I mean, the Chinese tub's free because I just got it with a meal. And there's a bit of kitchen roll in the bottom and some greaseproof paper. So all in all, I spent about £2, and I got enough material to last me years. And this time of year is great. It's really humid lately, especially when you film under these lights with the window shut for sound purposes. It gets quite warm. So most of this black metal is used up though off the palette, but it's doing well. Do all the pipes in metal as well. Henry is updating his 1996 Imperial Guard army to a new 8th edition codex. Wow. I would have loved to have been in the hobby back then. I think I got in about 1999. I was still like really young. Just a little kid. Started with Chaos Space Marines though. I got like the really old Warhammer Fantasy starter box initially. The Bretonians and Lizardmen one. And actually, if you go on our Instagram page, there was a picture somewhere of one of the first Lizardmen I painted from that set. And then a couple of months later, once my birthday came around, I got the old metal Chaos Space Marine set with seven metal Chaos Space Marines in. And then I got the five-man metal Terminator box. And that sort of started it off. Weren't long before I had Khan of Betrayer and Abaddon, which still has the same miniature. Aaron Payton says, evening all, hello. Thanks for joining us. So I missed a little bit of a warp lock. There, just on his arms. I hate these little trims on their arms. I wish they didn't have them. Of course, there's nothing to say that I should paint them brass, but I think it just looks better. I'm not worried if I'm a little bit messy. It's Death Guard, and they're all going to have a nice wash over them as well, so I'll bring the colours together. So what are you working on this evening, Aaron? If anything, of course. Glue and Primaris Marines to your fingers. Okay. I only have that trouble with resin and metal miniatures. If anything, I need to use super glue, then I'm getting stuff stuck to my fingers. But not so much plastic glue. Unless you are using super glue, of course. Same happens to me when gluing the Inceptors. Yeah, I haven't even built my Inceptors yet. I'm not looking forward to their bases. I might try and find an alternative. I just hate the GW flying stands. Still keep meaning to put some on the site to sell. I got a load from the Caradron Overlords to sell. If anyone actually wants them. Yeah, Emerald Phantom has finished the red on 5 as Blood Warriors and now is moving on to Corgus Cool. Aaron Payton wants to like them stands, but it's hard. Yeah, I want to like them too. I think at the base of them, they're fine. It's where they attach to the miniature. GW just... I don't know, just... I quite like the old way. Yeah, plastic glue can be a pain if you get fingerprints on a miniature. Absolutely, yeah, that's horrible. I did that on someone's shoulder pad. I've painted over it since, I think. Well, one of my Primaris guys, he had a nice sort of bare plastic blob where I'd accidentally got plastic glue on him. I actually looked at Corgus Cool's new rules, actually. I haven't played Age of Sigmar for a while, because obviously 40k's taken over a bit, but you'll see more Age of Sigmar on our channel before long, though. I'm not going to neglect it. So next I'm going to move on to the bone areas, and I'm not sure if this guy has anything apart from just the skulls. Oh, what a paint around here, don't know, with wall block, so I'll better do that quickly. But as per the upcoming paint video, I paint quite a few of the details and then just give them an all-over wash of Agrax. That ties it all in nicely, dirties up some of the colours, and really brings out the warmth of this orange as well. Lucy T sold and swapped her Marines for extra Death Guard. Yeah, I bet you weren't short of takers as well. There's normally a lot of people looking to swap their Death Guard for Marines. I don't blame you, I love the Death Guard. I've got quite a lot, as obviously regular viewers of the channel will know. Seen them in quite a few videos. But they're all going to look quite outdated compared to these new guys now, unfortunately. But back in 5th edition, I used to run sort of a mixed force. Actually, way back in 3rd. When I first started, just going back to that interesting story, I painted them all up as Night Lords, but then eventually they all got repainted as well, not so much Death Guard, but just sort of Nurgle. So yeah, I've been a sort of a Nurgle player for a very long time. Then in 5th edition I used to run Nurgle with some, well, sort of a mix with Slaanesh. Back when you had the Demon Prince of Lash, what everyone loved. Maxi split the cost of Star Set with another guy from a local club who's a Nurgle player. Good way of doing it. Errant was offered a trade like that, but you already have a Dark Angels and Nurgle army. Yeah, like me, I've got Space Marines and Chaos, Tyranids, Eldar, Guard, Deathwatch, all sorts. Lucy T says, no, crazy on launch day. While I was in the store, I was like, I don't want these guys, and I was swamped. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me one bit. You should do some new showcasing videos again, very inspirational. Maxi says inspiration sounds useful, I need lots of it. Yeah, because I haven't showcased everything, have I? Just that some armies are really just unfinished. What have I got left? I've got like most of my Chaos Undivided stuff that I was going to do a video for. So I'll probably do one showcasing them. The showcasing videos of when there's like no content to put out. So just like put something out. I might showcase my orcs actually. I'll do one for them. But then there's just so much stuff I want to get for all my armies. But then it'd be quite cool to go back to them in a couple of years and show off the additions and stuff. I also noticed I haven't painted on this guys. I keep missing the arms out. Maybe because I just don't like them. There really is like no bone on this guy apart from them skulls. So I'm just painting Rakar flesh on here. I didn't mention, but it's Rakar flesh. Technically called this cool, can now in the hero phase pile in 8 inches and attack. Can read failed hit and wound rolls. Nice. I mean, Khorne Bloodbound are really strong. There's some good synergy in the army. You can really buff up attacks and stuff for people. Really good. Really like them. Since I got the new book, really good army. Maxi says I may be a newbie, but that does sound strong. Yeah, sounds pretty good. Westside says, can you live off war games yet? Harry says for 10 years now. Is that asking if I can live off selling them for a living? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, when you're selling the products that are ridiculously overpriced, you can live off it. Even if it costs a lot to buy it in. Yeah, I mean, in regards to the business, since 8th edition dropped, we have been getting so many more orders. It's like, holy crap. Everyone just getting new weapons and stuff for their armies, having to re-equip people and stuff like that, yeah. It's been manic, actually. So, just this guy's little arm, and then we can get a wash on. Got a little fly on there. I love all the little details, little fly symbols and skulls and whatnot. There's slime on them. There's all sorts. No, Primaris Marine is just a lovely solid colour. Also, speaking of Primaris Marines, paint tutorial for this week is just how to paint. It's just how to paint white. This guy isn't actually, he's just undercoated white, but yeah, I'll show off how I paint my white. Unfortunately, again, I'm trying out new light and it's so bright. Oh, I've actually got some of the painted ones up here. Obviously, regular viewers have seen them. But it's so bright that a lot of it just looks like I'm just painting white on top of white, but you'll get the idea of how I do these at least, even if you can't see it too well. Mad Cow says, have you read the FAQs? Yeah, annoyingly, they came out during filming yesterday. They actually came out while we were in the middle of filming. So, if there's anything what's wrong, what's in the FAQ, then that's just because we hadn't read them by then. So we actually had a discussion about the whole smoke launcher thing. Can you use smoke launchers if you've fallen back or advanced? Because obviously you can't shoot, and it replaces a shooting attack. So we're sort of in the mind that, well, no, you can't. And then the FAQ comes out and says, yes, you can. So, okay then. So I'd have probably used them in that game. Not that it made any difference. Oh, that's a good question, Harry. That is very good. So for those just listening, Harry says, do you think that there'll be a problem with the UK not being part of the EU? I saw your video about it, but I'm not sure if anything has changed yet. I mean, I want the UK to be a part of it. Yeah, I still back Remain, but we're leaving regardless. I'm not going to get too political. I do have quite strong political opinions for anyone who knows me personally, but I'm trying to reel all that in, because you get bored of it after a while. But yeah, I mean, the pound it's obviously got a lot weaker, but it hasn't seemed to have affected GW pricing yet, because GW are one of the companies where you'd expect them to just do price rises. But it all depends about them. For me, it's actually been beneficial because obviously, if the pound's weak, then my overseas customers get more for their money, so they're more inclined to spend on the site and buy more because they get more for their money. It's great for them, but yeah, if we end up seeing like substantial price rises, because you don't know what's going to happen once we're officially left the EU, it could be catastrophic, or it might not be. Who knows? No one knows. That's the whole crazy thing about it. Like, no one actually knows what's going to happen or what effect it will have on anything. No matter if you're an expert or a politician or just a normal guy, we're just clueless. Yeah, that's the thing. Aaron Payton says currently 90% of a hobby shopping from the UK, but once the import tax hit, I'll likely have to go elsewhere. That's the thing. Obviously, but then who knows? There might not be an import tax. Part of the negotiations mean we might not have it. It all depends what sort of deal ends up happening. Who knows? They might do away with some import taxes or have some sort of trade agreements in place. Who knows? I really haven't got a clue. But yeah, that could be quite annoying. Who knows if the postage prices are going to go up to the rest of the world prices compared to the European shipping prices are sort of not substantially higher, but they are a bit higher. And if they all went to that same price, we'd probably have to put up shipping again. Royal Mail everyone moans about GW and their prices, but Royal Mail are just 10 times worse. I got I think I mentioned a few weeks ago I ordered from Victoria Miniatures, who I think are Australian. It might not be them, it's definitely ordered from somewhere in Australia, and the package came to my door, and I think it had like the postage price on there, and it was like $1.90 something, which is like really cheap. They can post something here really cheap. Yeah, it cost me £3.30 to post the same thing to them, which is just crazy. Lucy T, it's crazy, she voted stay, but yeah, not getting into that, I know. Madco says about how like the units not in coherency, not being able to move for the rest of the game if they can get into coherency with all models with a single move. Is that actually in there? Jesus. Harry's a little worried because the EU claims if the UK is no longer part of the EU, they should not benefit out of it. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Yeah. We were in a really bad... negotiation place. Oh, what's that said Victoria's in USA because it's €20 shipment if I want something from them. That might have been someone else I ordered from then, but I ordered something from somewhere in Australia. and it cost them next to nothing to post here. I mean, what's really funny with Royal Mail, I don't have any examples. Well, I've got, yeah, okay. I have an envelope. And I have this bad boy. This is what we use, right? A normal Bitzbox order is a little bit thicker than this. I'll put my keys in it. I won't seal it. Put my keys in this envelope, right? And that fits. I'll put it on the main camera. This is so boring for most people, but you're going to learn something, kids. So that fits through there, which means if it's under 100 grams, that goes for like 96p. So we'll call it £1. If it's a little bit thicker and it doesn't fit through this here, and it's how it gets stuck, it's then £3.40. So yeah. So if sometimes you get a Bitzbox order from us what doesn't have the invoice in it, that's probably because we're trying to not have it too thick to then cost like 3 times as much to post. It's ridiculous. That's Royal Mail for you. So yeah. Thought I'd share that with you guys. It's not interesting. But if you're ever interested in starting your own business online and posting stuff, then it's nice to know this stuff. Yeah, the FAQs on Warhammer community. There's a lot. I can't wait for the Forge World ones. They'll probably be bigger than the books. I need a good wash brush here. I need some sort of big, crappy brushes, really. I don't seem to have enough big, crappy brushes. Well, if I have, they're too crap. So now we're just going to apply Agrax all over. That brings nice warmth to the colours. Obviously shades, depth. Mad Cow says the 412 ones come out next week. Good, maybe they'll have some of the missing units in them. Errant Painting says need a measurement tool like that just for giveaways. What the Royal Mail thing. Speaking of measuring tools and that, we've got all like Bitzbox branded combat gorges and stuff. We're going to have a little gaming aid bundle which is going to all our $20 pledges for last month. That'll be sent out towards the end of the week. I'm going to post something on our Patreon about that. Film models on miniatures are so satisfying. It really is. Especially after doing like fine detail and stuff. And you just get your brush out and just go nuts. And when there's so much detail on the miniature like this, it's lovely just seeing it all pop out like that. I'm not too worried about it pulling up in areas. That's another thing with Nurgle. You can be sloppy. That's lovely. But yeah, what a difference that makes. Really brings out the warmth in that red, and the orange, sorry, which I really like. It's just what a difference. It's lovely. So let's do this bad boy. Yeah, that's exactly it, Lucy. When one just doesn't fit in and all of a sudden you're paying 3 times the amount to post it. We just have a flat rate of shipping on our site as well. And obviously the bigger orders are normally ones that go for free because they're over a certain price. We can actually use bigger envelopes and sometimes do what we call we 2-bag it. Essentially put it in 2 bags in a bigger envelope just to keep it flat. I very nearly tipped that over. But yeah, it's the same with overseas ones as well, but the price doesn't triple with them. It normally just goes up by about £1 or two at the most, rather than just tripling. It's just crazy. When will you add a feature to your site that you can select what items in stock? That the items in stock get shown first. There's a button where you can actually hide for stuff that's out of stock. That's not a bad idea though. I could have it so you sort them by how much is in stock. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'm sure that's a possibility. I'll look into that. That actually makes me laugh. Madco. Over here there's multi-shipment where you can post more than one letter to the same place and they can be taped together and shipped for cheaper. You just wouldn't get that in the UK. That's too convenient and it saves the consumer money. We're not allowed that in the UK. We can't. Anything that saves the consumer money is bad. Oh, a lot of comments coming through now. I'm getting behind. So what we got? Aaron Painton says post a tag. Post a tag for wash to the table. Those cans like to fall over. Yeah, I see someone on one of the groups that made a little thing where they sort of drill out holes to put them in. That's quite a clever idea. Just ordered a couple of boxes of Space Marines and Niddly Diddlies to paint. So excited. Oh yeah, you gotta have your Niddly Diddlies. Hopefully you come up with a better colour scheme than me. Just a thing about Nids, I love them, but I just look at mine and I think, oh, they're too bright, too brightly coloured. Yeah, definitely. I've got some blue tack and stuff around here. There's some on top of my brush cleaner for some reason. Stick it on there. That's not going to go nowhere. Well, that's not very sticky actually. Harry says, washes are so satisfying I want to light up a cigarette. Well, feel free, because got to do something while these are drying, right? Westside says, what chapter of Death Guard are you painting? I can't see it 360 DP. Yeah, I wonder if I can change that. I can put it up. Dare I risk it? Dare I risk it? It doesn't actually let me. Okay. The option's there, but it won't let me. Maybe I have to do it before it starts. Maybe I'll try that next week then. I'll try a better res. Because my internet's actually quite good. But I don't know what my computer and software is. These are the Apostles of Contagion. If you got the little Death Guard leaflet there, top right of the first page of the colour schemes. Yeah, I'm sorry the picture's a bit rubbish. We'll try and sort it out for next week. We'll try and push it to its max, see what it can handle. Yeah, they're pretty dope. See, everyone's using blue tack. And here's me, doing it the old-fashioned way. I did spill my last bottle of non-oil. But that's about it. So I think while these are drying, so I'm looking at this sorcerer guy, thinking we could do something funky with his smoke maybe, or we can just simply start painting this plasma dude. I will start painting his gun, and then maybe we could do blue or something. How do you determine what to buy in? What people put on a notification list, what is at stock, scheduled order, and so every 4 weeks you restock orcs, etc. There's certainly no scheduling or ordering. On the back end of our system, on our admin section, I have a page. I'll get it up on my computer. I won't show you guys, but I'll get it up. So because I don't actually know how to show you guys what's on my computer. We have a thing called stock percentage, basically, and then it lists every single category on the website. You know, every single set. For example, Captain Command Squad, and it tells me how much percentage of that set is out of stock. There are a few that's on 100, only because like some of the triumvirate stuff, which is will be being restocked soon. Things like that, when they have a few bits, sometimes they go all out of stock. A lot of these stuff at the top of the list are out of stock on GW, and some of the others are being restocked this week. So yeah, the stuff at the top of the list is what will then get restocked first. I do look at the notifications as well, so if there's a bit what sort of loads people have got a notification for it, then I'll buy the box for that, as long as the box isn't like fully stocked or like really high, has really high stock amount. But yeah, so for example, what we got at the top here, Squadron of Chariots, which I think are now back in stock, so I think I ordered some of them today. There's Catachan Command Squad, which I'm going to order soon. Then there's things like Seekers and Hellstriders, which are out of stock on GW, and I've been trying to get them for weeks, so I can't. Dark Imperium actually hasn't got much left, so I'll be I've actually got more of that to go on this week. There's Grey Knight Terminators, which are being restocked tomorrow. They're quite high up. Orc Warbikers, which will probably be restocked tomorrow as well. Harlequin Troops being restocked tomorrow. Tomb Blades are being restocked this week. So yeah, Carnifexes I still can't get. Venerable Dreadnoughts being restocked next week. So yeah, a lot of stuff. I go through that list usually, but a lot of the stuff near the top now is just out of stock on GW, which is a bit unfortunate. They've got a bit bad like that lately. Now I know our customers feel. But yeah, looking at the notification thing, the Caradron Overlords Argonaut Light Skyhawk is the most requested product, and then Blood Angel's Sanguinary Guard Jump Pack, which is always quite highly requested. But that's usually because whenever we restock them, one person buys the lot. Star Soul Mace Top is another really popular thing. See, things like that, I think a third party could easily make a Star Soul Mace for the Stormcast Eternal and just make a fortune. So, get on it, Mad Cow. Yeah, quite a few actually. It's normally bits where there's only one in the box or something. Yeah, Roberto Gilliman's up there. He's being restocked either tomorrow or Wednesday. So I'm not a massive fan of restocking the triumvirates. Lisa says, do you do trades? I don't actually. I'm only ever interested in complete 100% box sets. I won't trade any bits or anything. And to be honest, I'd rather just buy than trade. West Side says don't have any Defiler legs. No, we don't have any vehicles. Yeah, it would be nice to know that schedule. It would be nice if I knew it, really, because a lot of that stuff, like I say, I go on GW's site and it's just out of stock, so I don't normally know what I'm getting. But we normally unless I do buy bits per kilo. No, we just buy them per box. We spend nearly about £1,000 a week on stuff, and you know, look how much stuff's still out of stock on our site, so it says it all, doesn't it? Like how much I'd actually have to buy to keep the site really high stocked, and then how long it would take to cut all that stuff off the sprues. It'd be insane. But yeah, we don't stock any vehicles. There's the odd walkers, but the thing is with vehicles, they don't make money. People buy all the little bits, and we're left with like massive chassis, which we either have to sell really cheap, and they cost a lot to post, or they just stay on the shelves. And when we did have vehicles, I think we made a loss on nearly all of them. What's the point? I know it'd be nice to get the bits. There's bits and vehicles I'd like, but yeah, about the Nikon Triax staves as well. They were actually restocked last week. Although I don't think we had 5, and about 3. Will you take in that new Primaris land speeder? What, the big floating tank thing? I'll buy some for myself, but I won't stock it. Harry says it's always hard to sell older armies. Tried to sell decently painted 40 Bretonian bowmen, 2 cannons, repeater bolt throwers, swordsmen, etc. for 200 and nothing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a shame, because that stuff's obviously out of production, and some out of production stuff goes for a lot of money, but maybe in the case of them, not so much. Now, if they were squads, yeah, I would like a few miniguns from that kit. Yeah, I know, they're gorgeous. But that's the thing, like, if I spend, like, what, that's going to be like £35–40, and then people buy the miniguns, people buy the weapons or turret, and I'm left with a load of chassis I don't want. How many of kit do you buy in when you restock? 1 to 3 seems quite common. Certainly not 1. It's usually 3 for most stuff. Some stuff will be like 5. Obviously, I could easily just buy like 10 of something, but that would take a whole afternoon just to do them 10. So it'd be like 1 box getting restocked a day, which maybe won't be too bad. But then there's how much room they take up, and our cabinets as well. So yeah, 3 seems to work, but it's just going up and up. Certainly more popular stuff. There's like the Militaire and Tempestos Silence are really popular, so I'm going to get 5 of them in for next week. Wow, a lot happening on chat. I'm well behind. Lucy says she's got a box of Space Marine Tactical Squad unopened for her birthday. I was wondering if you'd take them for swap for Death Guard. I'll tell you what, if you send an email to me, either use the one on the screen or go for our site, we could discuss. If it's an open box, then I would be interested. Westside says he spent 20% of his income on 40k. There's probably some people who think that's probably a low amount. It's weird for me because obviously I buy everything through Bitzbox, so I have no idea how much what that is. And then I'll buy stuff for myself, never get around to painting them, and then just stick them on the site anyway. So. Not a lot of my own spare bits go up on there. Maxie says he don't have any income because he's a bit too young to start a job. He spent most of his savings starting this hobby. Yeah, I mean, I was getting bought this stuff when I was 11, and all the way up until I was like 16. Then I had a break out of the hobby. It's nice to have this hobby when you're young, because then you know what to ask for Christmas. And as you get older, you know, you still got something to ask for. A bit difficult for me though, because I normally just buy stuff out of a business account. But Westside says you're never too young to make money. If you can type, you can earn. Go share sale and start selling bikinis and baseball caps. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of young entrepreneurs about in this world. Harry says that's the beauty of this hobby. I'm way behind now. Besides says the Emperor demands it. And Gilliman demands it. Local laws make people his age a very unwanted workforce. It is tough for young people anywhere. I ended up working for myself because I just couldn't get a job elsewhere. But I wouldn't change it for the world. Feeling when you struggle to get the money to buy something big and then finally buy it equals priceless. Yeah. It's more satisfying, isn't it, when you save up for something and then the day comes when you can buy it. It's really satisfying. It's a good feeling. At the end of the day, it'll make you happier than just having the money in the bank, right? It doesn't do anything in there. Still, I can't ever see the day where I'll buy a Warlord Titan or anything. I think there's a limit. Once it goes over a certain value, you think, well, there's other stuff I could buy with that money. Yeah, Westside says be an entrepreneur. I would highly recommend it to everyone, especially if you're young, because you've got nothing to lose. When I started Bitzbox, you know, I was still living at home. For the first few years, actually, for the first about 4 years of doing this, I was living at home, and if I wasn't, I wouldn't have been able to afford to live, because it took about 3 years to get sort of any sort of real income from it. Lucy says, yep, unopened and will do. Cool. I had a bit of issue with my emails when the site went down the other day, but it's all back up and running now. Maxie says he gets monthly allowance money, which is equivalent of 1 tactical squad a month. That's not bad. That's not bad. I think it's more than what I got when I was younger. At the rate that I paint, that would have done me very well. Westside says do some affiliate marketing. Women clothes always fly off the shelf. Madco says, do you ever pilfer some bits you need from the boxes you buy in for the shop? Absolutely. Absolutely. But then normally if I'm doing that, I actually buy the boxes in knowing that I need the bits most of the time. So you know, stuff gets restocked because I need some bits from them sometimes. But yeah, oh yeah. Most of the time though, I think, oh, that'd be really cool, and then I go and look see if I've got it in stock, and I haven't. Westside's been making money since he was 8, Jesus. Wow, we're all talking about making money now. Harry says you make some resin bases and sell them. Maxie says the codex is staged. Demand I find methods to obtain money for a codex uncompliant chapter. Oh, the irony. Mad Cow says Warlord Titan 350 quid from China with 4 weapons. Now that's tempting. Okay, so Westside says he sells adult pleasure products. Okay. Yeah. What's that film? Was it Lock Stock, where they say about doing like that ad to sell sex toys, and then there's just all a con. Obviously no one's gonna go to their bank saying they got scammed by a sex toy salesman. Yeah, just make sure you are over 18 before you go selling adult toys, Maxi. Oh my god, this has gone downhill. This is a family show, right? Andy Tongue was just painting a vinyl toy of mine with an airbrush and got blue paint on my finger. Went to pick my nose and now my boogers are blue. Help. Yeah, This has gone downhill. I would say stick some isopropyl isopropyl alcohol up your nose. There you go. Don't do that. Mad Cow says, I knew it. So you have a reason somehow to get bits are always out of stock. It depends. No, it's not normally hard to get bits that I normally want. The reason is normally Wayne. Blame him. He gets a lot of bits off me. Blame him. But at the same time, a lot of spare bits of mine go onto the site as well. And it's not always just rubbish stuff. There's some good stuff. A lot of it goes into the grab bags as well for our patrons. So yeah, I think I got your email, Lucy. Yep. So I'll get back to you on that either later tonight or tomorrow. So Maxie said there's 1 year to go. Also, I'm in a way. Harry says I could sculpt some sex toys myself and make some resin ones. I don't think that would be fun though. No. Thing is, if you're making your own sex toys, they will have to be tested somehow. So just remember that. Oh dear. Yeah, what did happen while you was emailing Lucy? I don't know. See, we've got a young lady present. Be nice. Maxie says financial advice happened. Yeah. Andy's ruined everything. Please don't kill me. No, we've got the Chaos Gods for that. Harry says don't get married. I think you guys have put Lucy off for life. So the plasma gunner guy's looking quite nice. I washed nearly dry. We might get back on these before the end of the show. Let's blame Slanesh. Yeah, exactly. Westside says he loves testing them, but he loves the 20% commission more. Yeah, money's always good, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, stick with a one tactical squad a month. Is there anything Warhammer related anyone wants to talk about? Dear. It's a good job I don't let you guys pick the titles like on Way of the Brush, because God knows what we'd end up with. The Slanesh episode, yeah. I'm quite disappointed that the Hellstriders and Seekers of Slanesh have been out of stock for so long. I really hope GW aren't just making them slowly fade away. Because I love Noise Marines. Noise Marines are amazing. I just why you don't like Slanesh. And Maxie says, secretly a Zinch nerd. I guess, for me, Nurgle, I don't know, I've always played Nurgle because I like sort of tough armies, sort of survivable armies. But I don't know, I think I'm a bit of a Khorne person at heart. But I like all the Chaos Gods. I've got stuff to represent them all. My Zinch Arcanite army for Age of Sigmar still hasn't really got off the ground. I've got so many unpainted miniatures for that. One day though. I want to do a painting tutorial on them actually. That could be one for the next few weeks. Anyway, dare I go back into this chat? Andy Tongue says, how do I coerce my girlfriend into actually paying 40k with me? I already snagged the 2 boxes of Knits and Marines along with the codices. Do I make her dinner first? I wish I could tell you, because mine has no interest in it at all. She tried painting some Necrons once, didn't like it. We played, there's actually videos on the channel way back, all the Dark Vengeance ones, all the different Dark Vengeance missions. She was in them, even though she didn't really go on camera. But yeah, that's all she's ever played, so I'm the last guy to ask. Mad Cow says, heard about the guy who thinned his paints with his own fluids when doing Slaanesh Army. I haven't heard about that, and nor do I wish to. Andy, let her paint. Give her some cornflakes, don't forget the milk. I hate they made the Hellstriders completely unnecessary when so much else is missing from the Slaanesh range. Yeah. There's some cool bits on them though. One set where I had cool bits was the Forsaken, and they got rid of them. And I'm sad. It would take me 10 years to paint a squad. Pretty much takes me that long. She's painted a single one from a while ago. I think she enjoys it, just not the building part. Yeah, well, you could build them for her. She enjoys painting. For me, it's a relaxing hobby, but obviously for some people, they see it more as a bit of a chore. The corruption of chaos is slowly taking her then. Aaron lured his wife in the 40k universe with Shadow War. Cool. Yeah, it must be great. I am jealous of anyone who can just play with their significant other in 40k. Although she does enjoy board games, so that's cool. We've played some Super Dungeon Explorer. We still keep meaning to play Gore-Chosen. We took it on holiday with us and never actually had the time. We ended up going down to the pub instead. So Westside says all brush lickers use their own fluids. Yeah, that's true. I'm not sure they're the same fluids that Mad Cow was talking about, but we'll pretend they are. Emerald Phantom says, I'm back, what did I miss? You don't want to know. Just, you don't want to know. Maxie lured his little sister into 40k by the way of these Ancient Demons look cute. Yeah, they're pink. Yeah. That'll do it. Great Awakening. Lucy says she's the last girl to ask. Her girlfriend likes board games but can't get her into GW. She thinks my poxwalkers are ugly. Yeah, she sounds a lot like my other half. Some of my back Templars have my blood on them. I converted them so hardcore, kept cutting my thumbs. I think we've all done that at some point, haven't we? We've used our own blood as gore. I know I have. When you cut bits off sprues for a living, then there's bound to be injuries. So I'm going to let that dry and try and get with the comments. Westside, I hope everyone who handles them wear latex gloves. Max is collecting Black Templars as a very first army, so she'll take this advice. That's what they all say, and then you get infected with some sort of horrible disease. Oh dear. Emerald Phantom says he heard Forsaken and he's interested. Yeah, do you remember that box? The box set of Forsaken for Chaos? They have some well good bits on them. Really cool, and gone with Age of Sigmar. And that was really surprising because it wasn't even that old. And everyone's saying Nurgle's rot. Hey. I think I'm getting Nurgle's rot just for reading this chat. Harry says, Emerald, you can watch it tomorrow. Just for now, tell us, how do you thin your paints? Slanish's caress from a chat. It's entertaining at least. That's past the watershed over here, so it's fine. It's fine. It's quite funny actually, because in my normal life I actually swear quite a bit, but obviously I tone it all down on videos. It's quite easy not to swear. I should probably do that in real life as well. I don't know why I'm painting the bone colour on there, because that's going to be metal. So I'll just wipe it off. Your minis are looking great. Does that redeem me now for the Emperor? Yeah, I'll let you off. The Sorceress of Slaanesh has infiltrated this chat. There you go. The Emerald Phantom uses water and lame medium, just like all good kids should. Basic Manager Phantom says, hi all, hi Bitzbox. I can't even say my own name. Hi Bitzbox, how are you? I'm able to watch you for 15 minutes as I'm on a break at work. Well, hello Basic Miniature Painting. Yeah, I recommend not watching this back, because, yeah, these guys, they're talking all sorts. But, thanks for coming along. Harry says, that sounds sexy. Anyways, Maxie shall now depart for Sleepland, because Maxie needs to do the sleepy. Okay, Maxie. Of course, if you dare, you can come back and watch the last half hour on YouTube tomorrow. Aaron Payne should really get some sleep. Night all and take care. So everyone's going now. This is a GW hobby. Swearing is part of the package. I suppose so. But obviously being on video and being on YouTube, so I don't know if we have any young viewers or not, so I'll try and just rein it in for them. I mean, not like these kids these days don't know swear words. They probably know more than I do. So I'm going blue on the plasma. Being brave. Yeah, so night to the guys who have now left. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate everyone who comes along. We're having fun tonight. Just about. I'm gonna get more painting done just doing this chat than I do for most of the week. Yeah, during the Age of Sigmar launch and suddenly your opponent gave you a reroll or something such. Yeah, them rules. Oh god. They just made a mockery of the whole game, them sort of silly rules. I'm glad all that's gone. That's behind us. Just stupid. Emerald Phantom says he wasn't into Warhammer when the Forsaken was out, but wish they were still a thing, and what made me want them was when I played Total War Warhammer. Oh, are they in there, are they? My computer's not... My computer's not good enough to run it. That's cool. Westside says, dude, I want the putrid Blight King's arm with a bell on a stick. Don't see it on your site. Yeah, it's on there. It might be out of stock, but it's on there. All the Putrid Blight King bits are arranged by each different Putrid Blight King model. So you've got A, B, C, D, and E. So I don't know which one has the bell, but that'll be in with one of them. So they might not be in perfect alphabetical order. I'm just gonna. I know. Maybe able to show. I need to whack the light on and just shut these. A little bit brighter in here. What was everyone's first foray into 40k? I didn't mention mine earlier, actually. Back in 1999. Oh, yeah, it must have been 99. It was 3rd edition. I got a box of the Metal Chaos Space Marines, the 7-man squad. And I got a box of 5 Terminators. I painted them up in Night Lord's colours. They actually look quite nice. For some of the first things I ever painted. They probably look terrible. Then I got other stuff. I can't remember what I got. I do remember getting one of the old metal dreadnoughts. Horrible thing. I actually quite liked the model. It was just a pain to put together. Khan Betrayer and Abaddon I remember getting. I actually loved Khan's old model. I don't remember much else from that army though. Yeah, I really can't remember much else. But eventually I got Plague... No, I must have got Plague Marines. I do remember getting a box of Plague Marines actually. The old plastic ones. Yeah. Westside said he bought the Black Templar as a Dark Elder starter box for 3rd and a Whirlwind. Yeah, my cousin got that. He got into 40k about the same time as me. And he had a massive Dark Elder army actually. And he was a really good painter for a kid of like 11 or however old he was. He might have been 12. But he was actually really good. Like even painting all the eyes in on his Incubi and they look really nice. I think he still got that army. But he had quite a lot. Emerald says, yeah, I can't say I've never swore, but at my school peeps swear that much, it sounds like they've only just learnt the word. Yeah, I mean, sometimes when I'm walking down the street, I'll hear like little kids swear. I'm like, they're like 10. It's like, why? But that's how it is, isn't it? And he got a box of Velvet Guardians and quickly forgot about them because my painting and patience was garbage. Wow, Basic Miniature Painting got some Harlequins 25 years ago. I bet them old models were gorgeous. Like, probably look terrible compared to these ones these days, but I bet they're still quite have a lot of character in them. I like a lot of the old models. They don't, size-wise, they look a bit silly, but a lot of them have character. But yeah, I did 40k, just almost entirely chaos. No, I did do it. I have a little tiny Dark Elder army, and I had a little Space Marine army. Up until I was about 16 and I went to college. Then I just completely just got out of the hobby. And then when I was 19, I was running a little web design business. And I thought, I got a load of these spare bits from this old hobby I used to have. So I'm going to start selling some online, make a little site up and sell all these old bits from this hobby I used to have. And it wasn't long after that, so I started getting back into the hobby myself, and now I have a crap ton of stuff. The Mad Cow's first venture was playing Soulstorm, found the Sisters of Battle really cool, was told by a friend there was a club on the Isle, and I should take a look, and I now run the club. That is really cool. And you must be gutted that you like the Sisters of Battle, because for one army that just aren't getting any support from GW. Harry says Rogue Trader Space Marines and I think 3rd edition Guard. Wow. I love all the old little plastic like snap fit boxes you could get, like the really old like stormtroopers and stuff. They're quite cool. Andy Tongue says the classic art is the best, it's so ridiculous. Have the Art of Warhammer book next to me right now. Yeah, the old Slaves to Darkness book. I think there's a lot of the artwork in there is fantastic. Ian Miller is one of my favourite artists. His work for GW back in the day was amazing. I have like a Tolkien book with all his artwork in as well. He's like, it looks so good. Yeah, I love all the old arts. Yeah, the old art stuff. Some of the old Wayne English stuff, really cool. Yeah, I mean a lot of the older books are actually still worth getting just for the artwork. Mad Cow says, first thing he bought was the Assault on Black Bitzbox, or was it the White Dwarf that had the Terminator and Orc Knob in it? Henry, sorry, had an entire beaky army. Is that the old road trade one? Yeah, Karl Kopinski, really good, yeah. Lucy's always been a Chaos Girl, started college in the geeky common room back in 2010. Nice. Yeah, don't stray away from Chaos. Someone was giving away some old spare unwanted models at the shop I regularly go and was able to snag myself an old metal cipher. Cool, I've still got an old metal cipher as well. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. He was sitting on my desk for ages ready for me to paint him up, and then all of a sudden a new one came along, so I just painted him instead. Yeah, I remember you saying, Medcare, about commissioning your own sculptor. Yeah, you'll have to, when you get them, you'll have to show them and share them with us guys. With us guys, because, yeah, I'd love to see them. I don't think Celestine was fat. It's just society standards these days, right? Harry says he never paid 40k, maybe he starts now. Yeah, why not? Join us. But Age of Sigmar's still cool. I still think a few things need ironing out in the new 40k. Harry says his Dreadnought was lead. I have no idea what you say after that. I might lose a year off when I convert it. I think you missed a word out. Wow. I remember I had one of the old metal Chaos ones. I tried to clip his weapon off or something and my clip was just broken too. Like the actual these bits, like this whole half just broke off and flew across the room. Make sure you find some cool people to play with. Still haven't played a full game since my box of Eldar back in 2004. Wow. And there's a really big sort of scene around where we are. It's quite a big wargaming scene. So we're quite lucky in that respect. But these days I mainly play with Wayne and Jab and one of my other mates. Who doesn't want to go on camera, which is annoying. Because he's got a really nice Eldar army. Compared to every other female model, she is fat. Why didn't she have the same body type as the Sisters of Silence? Yeah, maybe. Who knows? So these guys are now quite dry. We might just add a couple of little highlights before we end the video. But they're coming along nicely. Or we could paint the tentacles. Let's paint the tentacles because that's more interesting. And he says all Magic with Gavin around here. Yeah, there's a lot of card players around here as well. Certainly more card players than wargamers, but there's still quite a few wargamers. And our local stores have managed to convert some of the card gamers into tabletop wargamers as well. Although most of them don't seem to stay in the hobby too long. But yeah, I never got into card games. Not my thing. I couldn't imagine spending, because apparently Magic players spend a lot of money on cards, like if they spend as much money as 40k players, and I couldn't justify spending that sort of money on cards. When I buy something, I like to know what I'm actually getting. I just have the randomness of it. So I've collected Pokemon cards in the past, but yeah, I like to buy something and know what I'm actually going to get. Getting random cards, you spend like £3 or £4 or whatever on a pack of cards, and you might not get any yet you want. That's crazy. I don't really get Magic with Gathering that much. I know people have different drafts and things like that. I don't know. I don't get it. But it's popular. I might even like it. I just don't want to get into anything else what would cost me money. First boxes I got was for Dark Vengeance and the Crimson Slaw expansion, and played a few games. But I got put off by how many rules I had to remember, so I started Age of Sigmar, Nurgle, Rotring around me. Yeah, so now it's sort of a good time to get back in it, because obviously there's a lot less rules to remember, and obviously there's a lot of rules from Age of Sigmar in the new edition. Westside said played Magic before 40k and still do. Cool. But then you have your little adult empire, so you make a lot more money than we do. Andy Tongue said he'd rather throw back a couple of pints and push some soldiers around the table because he's an adult. Yeah, that's what we do. We play with little plastic toy men. Like a real adult. So I'm painting all the tentacles in purple because it's a really nice contrast and colour to the rest of the miniature. I'm just using Xerius purple for now. Lucy says Magic for Gavin a little bit at college and uni, but never liked it as much as 40k. I mean, they're so completely different, aren't they? I'd like to play some other war games as well. I mean, I really like Malifaux. I love the miniatures, and I quite like the idea of using cards instead of dice. I find it quite enjoyable. It just feels like you're playing something completely different. I still have my Halo stuff. We have been thinking about maybe getting some more Halo stuff and doing another Halo bat rep, because we do have a nice little fan base of Halo fans who quite like to see them. So that might be a possibility in the future. And I've got some Rumble Slam stuff I won't mind having a go of at some point. Westside says he buys cards second hand. Lots of pro players throw out cards by 100, scoot them up for a couple of euros, save them from the trash. Yeah, and then there's like rare cards, isn't there? It'll just go for hundreds. It's like crazy. This guy won't actually have any tentacles. He's got a little thing dripping down now. We'll paint that purple. As Emerald Phantom's now crazy about 40k. Building a massive 40k Chaos Army, aka Death Guard plus demons. There we go. There's a lot of Chaos players about. It's good. We have a little tentacle here. There's so much detail on these miniatures that you have to sort of go around looking for it sometimes. You know it's going to be there. You know there'll be an odd tentacle sticking out somewhere. Lucy T says Burrows and Badgers looks so cute. Is that a game? I have to look at that. I think Super Dungeon Explorer's like really cute. And I absolutely love it. And I do want to film a game of it for the channel. We're thinking of just live streaming something like that. So I think that's it for purple on that guy. Some horns on his legs actually. So I'm going to paint the Rakarth flesh areas of this guy, and I'll give him a wash, and that should bring us nicely to the end of the show. Actually done a lot more progress than I thought I would actually. So I'm very happy. How hard is it to remember the rules for Super Dungeon Explorer? It's actually quite simple. However, they changed the rules a lot. There was a new edition that I pledged to Kickstarter for ages ago. Hopefully be out later this year. It's quite simple. It's quite a simple mechanic. There's different ways of playing as an arcade and a classic mode, but Very simple. You have like movement values. Then your attacks, there's different coloured dice, and your attacks tell you what dice to use. If you're familiar with the Rumble Slam mechanic on that, it's very similar to that. But yeah, it's quite a straightforward game. I don't know if you ever watched the Watch It Played channel. The guy on there's great. He played a few games of Super Dungeon Explorer with his kids, so it shows how simple it is, because even the kids picked up quite quickly. That was the first edition. Emerald Phantom says, always Chaos, AOS and 40k, and the next thing I'm buying for AOS is 4 of the Chaos Skirmish box, mainly for the Skull Reapers and Wrathmongers. Yeah, I want to get some of them for my army actually. So I may pick up a box of them at some point. Because I quite like the miniatures, and I've heard they're pretty decent in the game. Where did I put it? I can't find where I've got my Warbler bronze now. Oh, there it is. It's staring right at me. So 4 miniatures. Check out Green Stuff Games. Joe's doing some bits on it. Cool, I will. Mad Cow says Kingdom Death models are really cute. Yes, they are. I've got as this is the adult edition of the show, I've got the wet nurse from Kingdom Death here. She's obviously not glued on the base properly. It's just a giant blob of something with a load of breasts and babies drinking from them. I'll take it off. Yeah, very cute, creepy little face. Another girl here with like an umbilical cord or something attached to it. Just, yeah, very cute Mad Cow. I love Kingdom Death stuff though. I'll put her over here and I'll glue that back on there. I need to paint that. Harry says, thanks for the stream again. Looking forward to the next one. I'll stay till the end, but on my bed now, so it'll be hard to write. Well, thanks for joining me, Harry. Yeah, we've got about 7 minutes. It's super sexist, that Kingdom Death. Yeah, I know. Oh man, that's a lot of boobs. Yeah, I mean, there's certain miniature companies out there who will just have very scantily clad female miniatures, just because there's a certain type of people who'll buy them just for that. But then I buy stuff like that because it's just super creepy. And I got it quite cheap off eBay. Which is surprising because a lot of the Kingdom Death stuff is very hard to come by and it's normally quite expensive. Lucy T says cough cough. So just cut a little bits of warp lock bronze. Yeah, when you do get an Emerald Phantom, let us know how they get on, because I'm not a massive fan of how the is it the Wrathmongers, the ones with the flails? I'm not a massive fan of how they look. I think they look a bit just look flailed. Yeah, I don't know. But I'll certainly get some, because I like to sort of get... Oh, excuse me. Just get a lot of different options, especially for bat reps and that, just keep them fresh. See what works and what don't work. I have pretty much one of everything for my Stormcast now. Once I actually paint up some of the outstanding stuff. I got most of the stuff for Corn. Okay, so I'll just give him a couple of minutes to dry. He can have a wash. Maybe I'll wash his blue on his plasma. That's how he's looking so far. I wasn't sure what card to do with plasma, but just keeping it a regular blue. My Hellblast also got orange. If anyone didn't see him last week, I got orange. That worked quite well. So yeah, I think if Skull Reapers are basically like Orc Brutes, they should do quite well. I'm a big fan of the Brutes. I need a wash. I'm going to get the Drakenhof Nightshade for the Plasma Gun. And then we will go on to the Agrax, and then we will call it a night. So if anyone's got anything to say on the chat about anything, then interesting. Mad Cow says, seen the Primaris Devastator. No, I haven't actually. No, but I'd love to. I'm looking forward to what the Primaris Marines are getting. They're essentially just going to be a new army and gradually replace the Space Marines, aren't they? Emerald Phantoms has got 5 Wrathmongers and a Battle's Friends, and it was funny because the Star Drake and Salesman Prime killed some, and I made them kill each other. That gave me the win. Cool. Yeah, are there picks yet? Well, I've heard little bits and pieces about what Primaris Marines are getting, but I haven't actually seen anything apart from the Dreadnought and the tank. That Dreadnought was huge. So that says White Dwarf pick. So is it actually from the actual, like, this week's White Dwarf? Because I've got it, like, right here. Looks like a Primaris with Plasma Cannon. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's have a quick look. I'll just finish doing this wash. Let's copy that link. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Because if it's in this week's White, I'll just have a quick look in the White Dwarf. Because if you go on Fate 212, you'll see a nice Bitzbox. Okay, so it looks like the stream died. I don't know if it's gonna come back up. Okay, my stream health is good again. Yeah, I think I'm going on there killed the stream. So yeah, go on Fate 212 and have a look for yourselves. Yeah, that's the thing. My computer's so crap. Yeah, my computer's so crap. If I do anything else, I've got my emails open and that. To be fair, I've got a lot of stuff open at the bottom which I should have closed. I've still got Spotify and Fireworks and Excel all open. I should have closed all them. They're probably using unnecessary RAM just by being open. But yeah, I think that going on Fate 212 didn't do too much for my computer. So I'll check that out though right now, because I'm now gonna end for today. This guy has been washed. Thanks for everyone who has joined me, and I'm sorry for that little outage at the end. But it's been quite a productive day. These guys should hopefully be finished within a few days. I'll post pictures up on our Instagram page and possibly our Facebook page if I remember, so you'll get to see them finished. There'll be a paint tutorial for these next week. There'll be one for painting white later on, and we may even get a bat rep out in between as well. So thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you all again next week.